In the span of the past, I was cheated on by a very beautifully vivacious woman. She was outstanding. I loved every core aspect of her. However, she was drunk at a party and she decided to tongue match with another man. And this video was sent to me by 5 separate people. I was a little bit concerned and confused why 5 separate people sent me this video. Maybe they were really wanting this to happen. Maybe they set her up, but I asked her and she said, yeah, he's a better kisser than you. Understandable. I'm not the best on the planet. I can't have every accolade. That's understandable. That's real. However, you cheated. And I can't be with you. And she said, we can't work through this. I said, no, not at all. Good day to you, madam. I hope you have a very lovely day. Now, I was going to let this slide right under the rug. I wasn't going to bring it back up. I wasn't going to do anything, right? Until, lo and behold, she, for no reason, made a big post about me saying, wow, I do one bad thing, and then this horrible, narcissistic, abusive, toxic, and I'm confused because I'm none of these things. I was perplexed. I said, whoa, what did I do? She just said the buzzwords to get women on her side, and I commented and said, you cheated on me drunk at a party and made out with a guy. She deleted the status, but the status in itself made me angry. So now I'm conniving. I'm like a fly on the wall, rubbing his hands together, trying to figure out what I can do to get back at this woman. And I have nothing. I know nothing of her besides she lives alone with her father. That's pretty much all I got. So I'm just mindlessly scrolling through Grindr, trying to pick myself back up with maybe some femboy pussy. And by all means, I see a man, grayed beard, looks a little bit like her. You know how they say daughters look a lot like their fathers? Well, this is one of those cases. I see a man, and he tapped on me. On Grindr, you can send taps, and I'm going to tap. So I have a lovely conversation with this man, and I say, just curious, what's your last name? He says, very odd question to ask. My last name is blank. Now, the father had never met me. He didn't know who I was, had no clue who I was. Actually, he did. He didn't know who I was. He had an idea of who I was, but he didn't want to admit to it. We meet up at the motel. He looks at me in the eyes and says, I feel like I've seen you before. Are you dating my daughter? I said, probably. He says, well, I'm here. And he immediately bends over the bed and prepares for a night of rousery and tomfoolery. Bada bing, bada boom, beep, bop, boop, bop, beep, bop, bam. The type of hole I'm in you wouldn't understand. I'm inside your dad. Having a good time in there. For about 4 hours, we go crazy. Almost prolapse the man. And he says, well, that was fun. I said, thank you. I try to leave and I think to myself, wait a minute. I have an idea. What if, not for the sake of argument, would you like to date? He blushes and says, oh my God, really? You want to be with me, an old man like me? And I said, you're not an old man. I'm lying to him in his face. You're not an old man. You're a wonderful, beautiful, courageous, and powerful soul. Now, the goal in my mind is, if I can just get a video and send it to her of me cracking her dad's coccyx, just destroying his tailbone, annihilating his lower quadrants, this would be a good revenge. And naturally, you shouldn't be petty. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be ruining somebody in this way. But anyways, so he says, yeah, I would love to. That would be so amazing. I would love that so much. That'd be so fun. So we go on dates. He takes me to J. Alexander's, the Chop House. Takes me to Andiamo. Takes me to all these fun little places. I'm having a great time. I'm having a fun time. And we're smashing at each location. He's making sure not to eat that much so he doesn't have awesome backup in his lower quadrants, because if you're gay, you know you gotta prep. You gotta douche and clean out. You gotta do an enema. It's a lot of work. So, by all means, I'm blowing backs out. And I'm actually developing an actual emotional attachment to this man, because I never had a strong male figure in my life, and I get to strongly subjugate a male figure in my life. It's like retribution somehow. All that I know is that I'm popping up at his house when the daughter leaves, who was my ex. That's all that's happening. And he's saying, this feels so bad. And I said, we can be bad together. I'm destroying this old man. I'm ruining. I'm destroying his cheeks. I'm clipple clapping. I'm playing Donkey Kong 64 bongo. I'm playing Donkey Kong 64. I'm playing Donkey Kong 64 bongos on this man's cheeks is what I'm doing. I'm going crazy on him. It's fun. Having a great time. So, by all means, he says, well, I think we should take this to the next level. Would you like to come to my family reunion? I said, do I get a shirt? He says, yes. I said, oh my God. I get to go to the family reunion. Now, this is the moment where I can meet her and show her me just popping up. I don't even need the video. I can just show up with her dad. And she pops up at the family reunion by herself because she's in a separate thing. She's working really hard. And I'm just there talking to people. Only black guy there. She recognizes me instantly by my hair. She says, what are you doing here? You can't get back with me. You decided to leave. And I said, young lady, I am your father. She says, what? Do not talk to your dad like that. And I go back to eating my hamburger that's medium well. And she says, what are you talking? And her dad comes up to me and grabs me by the shoulder and says, everybody loves you. Oh, hey. The most awkward moment, the stare down was insane. They look at each other to and fro in the eyes. They lock eyes. The same way I lock eyes with him when I'm clapping him from the back. Boom, and he grab his neck. And she breaks down. I can see her brain trying to do the mental gymnastics to figure out where I'm even allowed to be here. And she says, oh, you just became friends with my dad. And I said, friends? Yeah, with benefits. And she says, what? What do you mean what? What in the butt? Indeed, that's what's going on there. I look her in the eyes and I tell her, I'm inside your dad. I'm inside your dad. She says, no, you're not. And the dad looks away embarrassed, not denying it, but giving confirmation wordlessly. And I look at her and say, yeah, I'm cracking your dad's old man cheeks. So, anyways, hope you have fun at the family reunion. I'm going to play horseshoe. I walk away and she stands there for a minute, just looking down. Anime character Kubrick stare break down mentally inside of her skull. She doesn't know what to do. She has no idea how to feel about this entire situation. I know how to feel. Vindicated, as if I've won, is how I feel. She says, grabs me on my shoulder as I'm playing horseshoe. And she says, why would you do that? This is the worst thing you could have ever done. This is the worst. I said I could have done way worse. Stop making statuses about me. She drives off and gets into a car crash because she's mentally breaking down and panicking about this. I visit her in the hospital with her father, and I brought her flowers, and I said, are you okay? She sees me and starts yelling. She's incoherent. I mentally broke this woman. Anyways, don't cheat, because I'll become the karma that I need to be. Haha.